we got a new trailer for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I am a bit concerned because we look at this and they put a huge amount of focus, in the trailer at least, on if you connect with friends, you can head out on adventures together, up to 4 of you at a time, which is fine. We look at that and go, okay, yeah, cool, that's cool. We would like a multiplayer. That sounds really fun. We see they wander over here, meet up with what is clearly supposed to be 4 other people, and then they spread out and they're doing things separately. And this would be fine, but I'm a little concerned what this can actually look like. So if we think about multiplayer implementations they've had recently, beyond just, hey, you can battle and trade with each other, we've had Let's Go, where you could do some couch co-op, bring someone else into your world, and it just completely trivialized the game, made it simple, didn't buff up the opponents and make them stronger, and it made an already easy game extremely easy, to the point at which you probably don't want to do it because it just soaks enjoyment out of it. And then we have Sword and Shield, which had their raid battles, and that's a more repeatable, fun thing you can do. You can sort of do that forever. It makes sense to sit down and do that with your friends. But the implementation was still a little meh, in that it was just sort of clunky to go around to the raid battles because you weren't in the same world and you had to get everyone there and wait and check in and then go, and you couldn't really just hit battle after battle after battle quite as nicely as you'd have liked. So I'm a little bit worried about what we're looking at for this multiplayer implementation here, where we've summoned people seemingly all into the same world, and we know that this game is more open world, but what's going on? Is this just going to be like a Genshin Impact style thing, where we look at it and go, hey, you summon someone into your world, but they can't really interact with anything meaningful. All they're really doing is sort of stealing, farming your resources, whatever. Like, maybe that's okay if you know them, but it's not exactly amazing. My hope would be something more along the lines of Monster Hunter, which Pokemon already clearly drew inspiration from Legends Arceus, where maybe you're pulling a bunch of people into the same world, you've got 4 of you in the same world, and then you're spreading out to, sure, gather resources, but mostly to scout, because you're trying to find a roaming big Pokemon, or a roaming raid, or a roaming legendary, or something along those lines that you then come back together for to catch, and that's repeatable. Like, that seems to be like a implementation that could actually work and be fun. But what do you guys think? Are you looking at this and going, yeah, multiplayer, that's just going to be great? And if so, what does your version of multiplayer look like? I think I just laid down a relatively interesting one, but I want to know what you're thinking comes about for a good multiplayer implementation. If you're enjoying the content, drop a like, consider subscribing for more thought-provoking Pokemon content, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Temporal out.